Hello, this video is all about the order of operations, sometimes known as Bidmas or Bodmas. This tells us what order to do things in if there's more than one operation in a calculation. So what do I mean? Have a look at the question 3 plus 4 times 7. When you first see that, you might think that the answer is 49, because 3 plus 4 equals 7, then 7 times 7 equals 49. However, that's not the right answer. We actually have to do the 4 times 7 first, because multiplication takes precedence over addition. That means it has to be done first. So in that question, we do 4 times 7 equals 28, then 3 plus 28 equals 31, and that's the correct answer. So why do we need this order of operations? Well, it's so that if you give the same question to two people anywhere in the world, so long as they know the order of operations, they should come up with the same answer. So let's see what this special order is. The first thing we need to do in any calculation is anything that appears in brackets. That has the highest precedence. Next, we calculate any indices. You might not have come across that word before. It just means powers, things like squared numbers or cubed numbers. For example, 5 squared, which is 5 times 5 or 25. Next, we do any division and multiplication. Now, these two have equal precedence, so if there's both a division and a multiplication in a question, then do them in the order that they appear, working from left to right. Finally, we do any addition and subtraction, and again, these have equal precedence, so we do them in the order they appear. So looking at the first letters of each word, they spell out Bidmas, and we use that to remember the order. Sometimes people call this Bodmas instead. Here, the O stands for orders, which means exactly the same as indices. You can use whichever you like. Let's look at some examples to see how this works in practice. So here's our first example. We've got some brackets here, and B comes first in Bidmas, so we need to do the calculation in brackets first. Now, it's important to show all you're working out for these sorts of questions, because otherwise you'll get confused when the questions get harder. The best thing to do is to write out again the part that we're not doing yet. So here, the 6 times. Then do the part in brackets, 3 plus 5, which gives 8, and write in the answer. Then all we have to do is 6 times 8, which gives 48. Note that the brackets were really important here, because if we hadn't had brackets, we would have done 6 times 3 equals 18, then add 5 gives 23, a completely different answer. Let's try another. Here we've got a subtraction and a division. Looking at Bidmas, division comes before subtraction, so we need to do 15 divided by 3 first. So we'll write 60 minus, because we're leaving that alone at the moment, then do 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So write the 5. Finally, 60 take away 5 equals 55. That's the correct answer. Let's look at a couple more examples. Here we've got a multiplication and a division. You might think, looking at Bidmas, that you should do the division first, but actually, division and multiplication have equal precedence, so we do them in the order they appear in the question, from left to right. So here we do 6 times 8 first, which gives 48. Write that down and also write the divide by 4 because that stays the same. Then we just do 48 divided by 4 equals 12. Last example. We've got 2 brackets here, so we need to do those first. 7 times 8 equals 56 and 3 plus 4 equals 7. Indices come next, so we do 7 squared equals 49. We leave the 56 alone for now. Finally, do 56 plus 49 equals 105. And that's our answer. Now it's your turn to try some. Have a go at these. The answers will appear in a couple of seconds, so you might want to pause this whilst you work them out. There we go. Check your answers. Hope you got them right.